Let's have a look at another cool thing about Grease Pencil is that you can actually create like an implied surface detail on a very simple primitive, right? Let's create a new Grease Pencil here and go to draw mode. So now we can basically start drawing, but obviously we want this drawing to stick to the surface so we can design it properly. So all you need to do is in stroke placement, go to surface, and now basically what happens, like you can go and start properly like designing this thing. It's not proper, it's flat, but still it's very different from texturing, you know, because Grease Pencil has a thickness, so you can actually see it, and it does create a very cool effect. So I can just quickly go and like bam 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 just subdivide it, basically like using like my design principle knowledge. It's just big, medium, small shapes, nothing fancy. It's very simple, straightforward. You just draw and Grease Pencil sticks to the surface. To save your time, I already made this, created like a layer of details for this guy. If I turn it on, so that's my, if I go back to object mode and just align it over here, so that's what I did. Like I basically was using like all these different elements, like, and just drawing here and there, and you can check all this stuff on in the time lapse, but uh, right now I wanted to show you and explain you how this thing works and where I'm going to take it next. So now once I did it, like I don't need the primitive anymore, I can hide it, and now what I have is this Grease Pencil layer, right? So I can move it around. Since it's an object, I can do whatever I want with it, right? Including creating duplicates, right? I can create duplicate and move them around and just place them somewhere. Create another one. And for this one, I'm gonna do something really crazy. I'm gonna take it, rotate it like this, and I'm gonna stretch it like this. As you can see, like when you do this, the line weight goes like really crazy. To fix this one, you need to press Ctrl A or scale. So, and if that doesn't work, you can just manually change it from Grease Pencil display, right? You can just change the universal thickness. But what's gonna happen next is basically I can select all these guys and I can, for example, create a new collection here. Just click here, new, and name it, let's say, body, right? Then I'm gonna drag all these guys into body. Right. And I'm gonna drag this guy and that guy as well. Shift select. Cool. So now my body now has all these elements, right? But now I'm gonna use mirror modifier, but I want to mirror this group, and in order to do that, you go to collection instance and select body. Now press Ctrl M, select the axis, Y, Z, no, Y. Yeah, it was Y. I don't know why, but it does offset it slightly, which is really annoying. But it doesn't bother me. So now I have like this kind of vehicle, which is really cool. But I want to go even more creative, right? Like I can do this, and I can view this object like this. But I want to kind of push it further. What else can I do with it, right? And having my body selected, right? I can go and use randomize transform. Okay, I need to select the other part. So I'm gonna hide this, and I'm gonna select this, and I'm going to unhide it. Oops. I select my objects in my body like this, and then yeah. Now if I run randomize transform and go into full screen mode, look what's gonna happen. I can basically offset these objects. And then if I just like click on the seed, I get all these crazy ideas, which would be super difficult to come up with if I was just moving things around, you know, just scaling this. I can start experimenting, like, and like, look at this. I like this guy. Like, for example, I can go print screen it, go to my Photoshop, and let's say, oh, this is version 1. I can go and drop like a couple of ideas, notes, like maybe like there are cables here, blah blah blah. Maybe this is, let's say, if this was a this was some kind of like a cargo bay. So this thing on top is actually, you know, when submarines, they transport submarines, they have this guys like, you know, just an idea. So that's why I think this is where Grease Pencil really shines as a creative tool, not just like a drawing tool or whatever it is. Just sliding this thing will generate so many different ideas for you. Look at this. This is a completely different vehicle, right? So cool. Let me open the final kind of vehicle that I did by moving things around. Where is it? Ship. Yeah. So basically what I did, I added a little bit of more detail to those parts so they look a bit different, because what I did before, I just duplicated them and they were very identical. But this guy looks very like every part looks quite different. And if I run the randomizer here, space tab, randomize transform, just move things around, scale. Oh, look at this. And then all I need to do is just relying on my design sense, I can go and say stop. Oh, I like this one. I can screen grab it, go paint over, job done. I can go, I like this guy. I can screen grab and go. And I can keep randomizing this until I find something really cool. And trust me, like this is such a creative process when it like, and having this as a like, imagine if this was a model, a fully realized model, your brain will see it and basically get straight away. But because this is so abstract, you know, like I wouldn't call it abstract, it's very suggestive in a way. This is where like your brain could get new ideas and you go like, wow, this is so cool if we do it this, you know. And especially with proportions, like usually I tend to do the same things all over again, and this randomizer helps me, look at this, helps me to kind of go very like this illustration almost looks like there are a couple of spaceships, right? Maybe there were like vehicles on the ground or something like that. So cool. And yeah, I think it's gonna be your new toy. You can keep playing with it. And all I did, I took a surface, put a surface detail, duplicated it, instanced the group, and then just mirrored the group. And then with the randomizer, it just works perfectly. Cool. All right, we're going to use this as a base to create something new in the next chapter. Let's move on.